There are 300 studies which indicate that fluoride might be let's be careful, let's be cautious. It might be neurotoxic. Okay, we're not saying that every one of these 300 studies is absolute proof that fluoride is neurotoxic, damages the brain. But there are 300 red flags. There are 300 red flags that are waving on this issue. And the consequences are serious. I mean, we're talking about maybe lowering the IQ of the Irish population by 3, 4 or 5 points, IQ points. That's very, very serious. So, what gives you the confidence to ignore these 300 studies? Where are your green flags? Where are the studies that you have seen, that you've been told about, which give you the confidence to say, well, we can ignore all that. It's convenient to ignore it if you want the policy to continue. But it's not scientific to ignore that, and it's not ethical or responsible to ignore that. So I would have expected, I mean, I've been asking this question now for 2 or 3 years, as this evidence of neurotoxicity has been gaining more and more traction around the world. In every presentation I give, in every debate I have, where are your green flags that give you the confidence to go ahead even though you may be damaging the brains of your children? And I've not got an answer. Many people have asked me what politicians should do in Ireland on this issue. First of all, they should inform themselves as best they can. If they can read my book, that would be wonderful. But if they can't read our book, then go to our webpage, fluorideaction.net, fluorideaction.net. And at the top, you've got TV, Fan TV, and there's plenty of videotapes. So one that would, I think, be most appropriate is Professional Perspectives on Water Fluoridation, where 15 scientists from around the world, including a Nobel Prize winner, including former employees of the US EPA, people that wrote the National Research Council review of fluoride. So well-established scientists and others, former dentists and so on. Look at that, inform yourself. Number 2, if you don't want to get bogged down in science, then focus on the ethics. Focus on the fact that the government has no right to medicate the whole population without their informed consent. There's 2 things wrong with that. It's lousy medicine to give everybody a medicine, number 1. Everybody, because you're always going to have some people who are going to be vulnerable at the tail end of your normal distribution, and you've got no way of protecting them if you're giving it willy-nilly in the water supply. Secondly, you can't control the dose. This is another big no-no. But focus on the ethics now, on the fact that you're violating the individual's right to informed consent. Tell them that they're doing what an individual dentist or doctor cannot do, give patients medicine without their informed consent. And remember that your job is to protect the people, not to protect bureaucrats, not to protect policies, but to protect the health of the people. And here we have now 300 studies, over 300, animal and human studies, which shows that fluoride can damage the brain. 51 studies which shows that fluoride in several different countries has lowered IQ in children at doses which are exceeded in Ireland by children. Surely, who is left? Who is left to protect the mental development of your children if the government won't do it, if the health department won't do it? You've got to go to the political system. And what I find absolutely outrageous is that the only people right now that are working to protect the people are the people themselves. So people have to work 8 hours a day, come home exhausted, and then start to do what their government should be doing, what scientists should be doing, what doctors should be doing. They are informing themselves, and they're angry. And they're trying to get you, the politicians, to help them. That's what they elected you for. You right now are their last defense. Their last defense against their children being damaged by this known toxic that's been put into the drinking water every day. It's an absolute scandal. It really is. It's probably the biggest scandal, the biggest fraud that's ever been perpetuated in medicine.